I'm Kinslow from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You can just call me Johnny K. I'm going to be rebuilding my 671 big block Chevy blower motor for my 1953 Chevy Pearl Street car. Figure I'll just put a little mini series together and let you watch it, and if it helps you out, awesome. Measurements part 2. First reading, up to you. Now you don't have to take any readings at all. This would just be a 2-part mini series for you. The first part would be stamp your rod and your rod caps and the main caps. The second part would be put it all back together with new bearings, use some plastic gauge. As long as you got your clearances, you're good to go. Done. See ya. Bye. Thanks for watching. But for us other guys that want to take some measurements just to have references so you can say, hey, these are what my clearances were on a worn out motor. These are what my clearances are with new bearings. So it's up to you. So you can skip to the next part of this mini series or hang out with me and I'll teach you some stuff. Okay, so get your notebook and pen and your torque wrench. We'll get ready to take our first reading. What we're going to check is the rotating assembly, okay? It should be between 35 to 40 foot-pounds of torque. So the beam style torque wrench works a little better for this because it's got a needle, you can just watch it. But if you don't have one, no big deal, we'll use the clicker style. Okay, you can either take your bolt, run it into the crank, tighten it up, put your socket on there, good to go. Or they make a crank hub socket, so you put your little crankshaft key in there, or as people call them, Woodruff keys. Put the crank socket on, there's a little set screw, tighten that up, and then put your torque wrench on that, you're good to go. Either one works. Okay, so with the clicker style, it's supposed to be between 35 and 40 foot-pounds of torque, the rotating assembly. Let's just start off around 25 foot-pounds. We'll set our torque wrench at that. Try it. If you start to turn, it goes click, click. Okay, increase it by about 5 foot-pounds of torque. So now we're at 30. Try to turn the rotating assembly. Click, click, click. No, put another 5 on there. Just keep putting 5 pounds until you go, and you can turn the rotating assembly without the torque wrench clicking. And then you write that number down. And now you just made your first reading. Rotating assembly resistance of torque should be between 35 to 40 foot-pounds. So I got my torque wrench set, and let's just try it. Okay, it's clicking, increase it by about 5, clicking, increase it by about 5, clicking, little 5. Okay, she's starting to roll. Take it through one cycle, make sure your torque wrench doesn't click at all, that it doesn't get hung up. And if number 1 cylinder is almost all the way up, okay, we're good. Let's see what we got. I got 40 foot-pounds of torque, so I'm good. So it's between 35 and 40. All right, here's a torque wrench tip trick. Oh, it's really not a trick. It's just what you should do with the torque wrench. So when you're done using your torque wrench, back it off. Back it off to about 5 foot-pounds of torque. You should never put a torque wrench away fully loaded. So the instructions tell you, back off the torque wrench. And that's the torque wrench tip for today. Okay, now we're going to take one more measurement and then we're done for today. Okay, so get your feeler gauges and a screwdriver. Go and use your screwdriver and push number 1 and 2 rods. They share the same crank journal to one side. And we're going to use the feeler gauge. Find one that fits kind of snug. Gotta try it a couple times, find the right feeler gauge, shove it in there. Oh, it's kind of snug. Cool. Pull it out, look at what it is, write it down. Here's the feeler gauge tip of today. When using feeler gauges, for example, I want to use 4 thousandths right here. Double check to make sure you see 3, 4, 5 thousandths. Because if not, you just go, oh, here's 4, and you stick it in, you're going to get a wrong reading. You know why? Oh, look at that. 5 was stuck behind 4. So always look at your feeler gauges just to double check that you can see the numbers on either side of 4. So we're using 4, you want to see 3. I got the 4, you want to see 5, and you're good to go. That's the feeler gauge tip for today. And that's it. I hope to see you for part 3, the dial indicator. So leave you with this little message of inspiration. Happiness comes from things and it's only momentary. New car parts running low 9s. After a while the newness wears off and you begin searching for the next new thing that makes you feel happy. It's an endless cycle. You feel happy and you feel down. You get something new, you feel happy. The newness wears off, you feel down. But joyfulness comes from God. Once you got it, that feeling never goes away. The feeling of joy never goes away. No matter what you're going through, you still got joy. It's a great feeling. It's great. I'm telling you. Get you some. All right. God bless and have a good day.